was in the beginning, right? Right now, you could say that they're in the dawn of their empire, right? The sun is setting on the Edomite Empire. It says, so let's watch the next part.
Yep. This republic. And I think that when people start looking and they realize, hey, this kind of looks a lot like what's happening right now in the West, they will realize that we're fighting true evil. But I think it's biblical. And I want to talk to you about your faith.
Go ahead. I know I'm ready for this.
So my theory,
you've been bullying my brother, I hope.
Yeah, no, I'm going to.
Good.
But my theory is that part of the reason that there are so many wars is because they're destroying history. Right? Yes. They're destroying old relics. They're not. You don't know where you come from. The fact that I can't go back more than a couple of generations because I'm a Black American. It's the largest war is the largest human trafficking operation in the world. But the people that are behind these wars know exactly. They can trace their family lineage back to the Bible, right? And so they're confusing everybody else because there's a wisdom that comes with ancestry. The Bible tells us who and what these tribes were. If you don't know what your tribe is, it allows them to have a tremendous amount of power over you. You don't realize they're keeping their tribe intact while they're essentially using multicultural and war and open borders to just kind of deplete everybody else's, which I think is fascinating. And then when I started studying more about like the Kabbalah and how this came from Babylon, and we're kind of seeing the same thing happen right now. Like Hollywood has become Babylon. It's these false idols, the things that are happening. It really tethered me to my Christianity. Really brought me back to okay, this is and will forever be a holy war. And that's why you insist on everybody being an atheist, even though you believe in child sacrifice and you believe in the Bible. So
I admit I was shamefully thought I was an atheist for a long time.
Me too.
And God, I can't even, if I could talk to my younger self and probably punch him in the face, I would. But yeah, everything that's happening in the world.
And this is Baruch 2:30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And this is what we just watched right now, right? With Candace Owens going into, tribalism and everything. And it's beautiful how she's getting on the point that she could see how Amalek, these Edomites, they know what tribe they're from, right? Even though they're claiming a false tribe. They're claiming to be from the tribe of Judah. When Candace Owens and Andrew Tate themselves are from the...
They are from the tribe of Judah. And they are the only Jews. Now I want y'all to understand the etymological record tells the truth of who's who. The maternals have ties to the southern kingdom, but they went with the northern kingdom. They're the royal Pharisee line. Now, instead of looking at good and bad in human flesh, wrestle with the principalities as is written and with the words that you call spirit, and you'll see the truth of it. There is an evil faction that has commandeered the minds of everybody, but none more so than the Jewish family, because clearly I see the brainwashing that they've done to that part of the family, because they didn't want them to tell his father's name. They didn't want them to release the keys of knowledge back to us. They plan on getting rid of every profaner because that's Father's commandment. There are no profaners in the kingdom. So if you still haven't figured out that Babylon represents a state of changing Kodesh names and designations to profane names of mockery to manifest confusion and deception. But at the same time, the wrath of Yah is displayed and comes down from heaven when he reaches a point where he's tired of the ignorance that he previously winked at for 666 years. Father's not winking anymore. Zechariah is closing. And if you've not utilized this time to study and show yourself approved and rightly divide the word of truth in the book from the lies penned by the northern kingdom scribes due to their arrogance. See, they made up their own words and replaced Father's words, which Father's words are eternal. You say God don't change. And then you look insanely at the truth of your ancient elders, where your heritage is, and shun those Kodesh words for the profane words that you've been brainwashed with. that's going to lead you straight to the lake. Revelations 14, 9, 11.